I've been working in my bathroom and I've got it completely torn apart. I had some water damage in the floor. I've repaired the floor. I've got some hardy backerboard down on the floor. Part of it I still have one little section to do. Today's video was actually supposed to be putting in the shower pan. However, I pulled down some insulation because I have to do a little bit of pre-work with the studs, and I found some mold behind the insulation. And the reason that mold is there was no moisture membrane, nothing on the drywall to stop the moisture from getting through it, and the moisture did get through it. So what I want to say is, if you watch any videos on waterproofing your shower and they say only go like 4 feet high, that's all you need to worry about, they're full of it, because the steam will get everywhere and it will mildew the walls and it will mold the walls. Let me show you what we got going on and how I'm going to take care of it. Hi everybody, I'm Jim Dierdorf and this is Detroit DIY. So this was the back wall of my shower right here, and it was a bathtub slash shower. We're just putting a shower back in its place. This wood is probably, that plywood that we're looking at is probably 3 years old, and you can see how much moisture got in there because they put absolutely zero of a moisture barrier between the drywall and the tile. It was a hodgepodge of a job. Everything I'm running into has been kind of a hodgepodge of a job. Now, there was a serious amount of water damage on this exterior wall like 4 years ago when I pulled all the siding off. I put new siding on the house. I pulled all of this exterior sheathing off. It was all brand new. Some of these studs were rotted, as you can see here. I've cut them off and put 2 new ones down below, and then sistered 2 new ones next to them just to get everything secured. I still have one right here that I was not able to remove at the time because there was drywall attached to it, so I will be cutting that off, and you can see the damage from the water damage from down below. So at least it's good to say that I don't see any water damage from the exterior side of things, but this sure was doing it. Also, you can see on the drywall where we've got some mold growing on the drywall in some spots, so I am going to remedy that and we'll get this all straightened up. The first thing I want to do is get this residual insulation out of here, and I'm just going to use a scrub brush and knock it off. This seems to be removing all the fuzz and doing a good job for me. I'm just going to go through, I'm going to knock all of this insulation down, and then I'm going to get in here with my vacuum and clean it all up once I get it all knocked loose. So that's going to be step one. I'm going to get all this off of here and we'll come back for the next. I kind of find it odd that this wall right here was the back side of the shower and there's no mold at all in here. But this wall also had the original drywall on it from when the house was built. They put another sheet of drywall over the top of it because the bathroom is 60 5/8 of an inch, so they used another sheet of drywall to take that thickness up. It was a pretty hodgepodge job that they did in here, but it's still just odd. It kind of goes to show that the drywall back then was way better at stopping moisture than the drywall today. Let's move on with our next step. I'm going to be spraying down the wall with white vinegar. White vinegar will kill 98% of all, I'm sorry, I take that back, 89% of all molds. So I'm hopeful that this gets what we have and kills it dead. And the white vinegar works better than the bleach, especially on wood, because it'll soak in. So I'm going to spray this all down. I'm going to let it sit overnight, and tomorrow I'm going to come back in here with my vacuum and try and get any of the loose stuff vacuumed off, and then we'll continue on with step 3. So let's get some vinegar sprayed on here, and I'm going to be very thorough with this and just drench it the best that I can. My brand new spray bottle's not working. There it goes. So I'm expecting the odors to get quite strong in here. Alright, I'm going to keep going, and tomorrow we'll take a look at what we got and get it vacuumed off. Now that my walls are dry, I'm just going to use this brush, and I'm going to go back over and just get off anything that's loose and flaking. I'm not going to spend a ton of time doing this. I'm just going to hit the loose stuff, and then get my vacuum in here and vacuum this all off one more time. I'll get this done and we'll come back for the next step. So now the final step in this process is going to be applying a couple of coats of Kills. This is kitchen and bath. This is for high moisture areas. This is a primer sealer. So if any of the mold here that I didn't kill, I'm hoping that this seals it. In the end of the day, there should be, when I'm finished, no more moisture getting in that wall. Mold, mildew needs moisture to grow. So with the stain blocker on there and it's a sealer, we should be good to go. I'm going to start getting this on. This product is fast drying, so I'm hopeful that I can come right back when I finish and put another coat. I don't want to just slob it on here, but I want to make sure that there is no wood showing when I've got the coat finished, or there's no grain sticking through or anything like that. So I'm going to be fairly liberal with it, but spread it out well. Alright, I'm going to keep going. When I get done, we'll come back and take a look. I've got the second coat of the primer sealer on, and it's dry. It dried overnight. I'm really happy with what I've got, and I'm pretty sure that by the time we're all done and this has got all of its moisture barrier on it, I will have no more issue with mold. Let's take a closer look. It covered over very nicely. You can't see the wood through it, but you can see a little bit of the grain, a little bit of the funny stuff, but it covered over really good. I'm happy with how this turned out. I also did the drywall here because there was some mold present here that I also sprayed down with the vinegar, and then I went ahead and primed and sealed, so we should be good to go everywhere around. That's all we got for this time. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider doing so. There's going to be several videos on this bathroom, and next we are going to install the shower pan, and I will be covering that, and then we will do the waterproofing. In the shower pan video, we are also going to cover putting the cement board on the walls in the surround area. We're going to talk about how to address some of the seams that I've watched a lot of videos and don't see it covered, so we'll cover some stuff in that one. If you enjoyed yourself, click on one of those two videos that are going to pop up next to me, and remember to always respect the power of your power tools. We'll see you soon.